There he is. Music! Ta-da. Hi, everyone. You may notice that we started a little late today.
It's Blue's fault.
It's my parents' fault.
You are responsible for your parents.
No, I'm not. They're responsible for me. That's how it works. That's literally how having a child works.
So you are a child?
I sure ain't an adult! Hi, everyone. Hi, Growlith. Hi, Marsh.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Husk. Hi, everybody.
The final day of the trial.
Oh, no!
What do you want, phone? Go away.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Husk.
Hello! We're good.
This is it. Judgment Day.
We both had a nice day. You got to stay in with my dad and do techie stuff, and I got to be in the garden with my mom and plant flowers. So I think we both had a decent afternoon.
It's been a good day.
It's been a good day. Hello, Fo!
Welcome back. Oh, I can't shut this cough.
Do you need to make yourself like a warm drink?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yes. This is it.
We bought honey.
Judgment Day.
Remember, this is his inner monologue.
Yes,
So
in the voice of Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Why is it that there's an old-fashioned cigarette ash disposable unit over there? Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things.
What?
And then I screamed. Ah! Why am I screaming? What's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick!
I was monologuing.
I only touched your shoulder.
Context would have been good for that scream.
I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my running with the stun gun yesterday. That's not how that works. You're not a Pokemon. You can't just retain it. This is exactly what happens at home, though. You're there just sort of like thinking, and I turn up and I'm like, hi, and you're like, ah!
It's because you creep around the house like a freaking goblin.
I do not creep!
You stoop as you walk.
I do not!
You do. You walk like how Bigfoot walks in that picture where he's like that slight hunch stoop.
I do not!
She walks around like a goblin, believe me.
Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Thanks very much. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Is she still banned from the courtroom?
Potentially.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why she's pushing us like.
Edgeworth is looking glum as all. Edgeworth is looking normal then.
And this is how he always looks.
Yeah. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Push him down the freaking stairs.
What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Danger, danger!
You are not a Pokemon.
That voltage! Maya, sit down and shut up. Go outside and discharge. Touch grass.
Go literally touch grass, please. Right, good idea.
It's just lying on the floor. Like a staff. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Please. Oh. Oh yeah, pal! Comes in and decks somebody. Oh, I thought he hit the floor.
Did he hit her?
Oh, she touched him on the way
Yeah,
out.
did you not gather that's what happened?
It's gotten into that girl. Apart from 40,000 volts.
I think it was 60,000 volts, wasn't it?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Morning, pal. Mr. Edgeworth.
Good morning.
How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Comes in, he's got a black eye.
Oh, sorry, 600,000 volts.
Glad chat remembers. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Just got bags under his eyes. Shopping bags. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. I might tase myself instead of drinking coffee in the morning.
Just have a defib in the morning. I remember because I caught up on the VODs. Oh my god, really? Aww.
Yogi says he'd forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. He must remember who he is. Why else would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? Gumshoe is on coke. Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah.
He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. Taking big, deep breaths there, my man. His pectorals are bigger than our torso.
Yes.
individually.
He's a large man and I love him.
The army of Steves in the jury. Court is now in session for the final day of the trial of Miles
Why
Edgeworth.
did you have to say... What?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. More unhappy.
Prosecution is ready.
Oh, he actually said it. Shock. Right, very well. Here we go. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution submit decisive evidence, or they will feel the back of my hand.
Also got a response.
Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. Thanks to the Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trials, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
He has plans.
Yep.
He has plans.
He has spit bubble made of mucus.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where we witnessed the incident.
Also sells pasta.
In addition, he has currently lost the memory of his name and identity.
Witness! Why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well. Please, you begin your testimony. Please wake up first.
Wakey.
Oh yeah, I did this guy's voice as well.
Yeah, you did
Let's just go with disgruntled Stangy. Why Stangy isn't here?
Stangy isn't here.
He's changed his tune. Yep. Unloved. We used to be his best friends. Who is this?
If that was Stangy. If that's Stangy, I'm scared.
I have to tell.
Oh, this is important. Hang on. This is actually very important, so we're gonna wait. Who's unloved? We are. Stangy has moved on. He's found someone better. We're just gonna listen to this dramatic music while Spook takes this call. Show your mum's fashions. Take care, Blue. Bye, Fo! It's alright. Take care. Have a good day. Okay, he's back. Sanji's never here. Exactly!
Yep, he used to be here a lot. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did.
Mr. Hero's worried about the imp thing. It's alright.
The imp? The imp, Miriam! But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured it had nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So, my testimony yesterday stands as it is. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. Goodbye.
Because we don't have the evidence.
Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. You old cantankerous pasta-selling, boat-renting bastard. Right. Is this gonna be one of those press on everything?
I think it probably is, because it seemed fairly tight. Jesus, okay. Well, that explains the noise. I kept looking out the window because I was like, I can hear noise. That would be my massive truck.
Blue found herself outside. You are full of noise.
Hold it!
I was worried about the important thing. Dun 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 dun.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. It was just a phone call. We were like, whoa, could be important. It was not.
I'd call you did running away, not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Shut your face.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions.
What you do?
As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
Sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. You are named after a bear. Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Yummy uni yugi yummy Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god! It's time to
They have the hair for it.
Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see.
Svinus has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. I believe
I
that.
believe that.
So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
Ah.
Stop looking like Santa. You have to believe in the heart of the cards. You have to believe in the heart of this badge. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
Svinus has testified quite clearly that there is no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then shows the court proof. My ass smiled again. Because he's like, you don't have proof, I stole your proof.
I've stolen it, rolled it into a tube and shoved it up my butt crease.
Well, he burns it. He literally said, it's like, I told him to burn that letter. So that's what he'll have done. He'll have burnt it.
Grr. How am I supposed to prove what's going on with that old codger's head? It's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. White. Very well, witness, please continue.
And this is the last thing you said, sir. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them. Revenge!
Revenge! Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. White. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It is impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise it's going to be curtains for Edgeworth. Otherwise it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Yeah, revenge.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Do you have to ask permission? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Nod. Of course, Your Honor. I wouldn't bring it up otherwise. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies!
Lies? Von Karma holds grudges for things that happened yesterday. Yeah, like tasing people.
Von Karma holds grudges for things that happen tomorrow. Order, Mr. Wright. There's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor.
Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name. His name is Phoenix Wright!
Ooh, it's 2 points if we get this right. I mean, the obvious one is to be like, oh, he's Yanni Yogi, but the problem is we don't have any proof.
Who are you going to go for? Who are you going to call?
I mean, I feel like we have to go it's Yanni Yogi, because both of these two are dead, and we've got clear evidence that both of these two are dead. Because there's the autopsy report of Robert Hammond, and there's the DL6 incident, so the only option... It's interesting that they gave us the option, but the only option is Yanni Yogi.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. How can it? You don't remember jack shit. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. Because everyone remembers the DL6 incident.
He's Greg Edgeworth, of course.
I figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Objection. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, Yanni Yogi, fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. Allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see, that makes sense.
That's actually a reasonable thing to ask. Huh. Apparently such a famous case, but Nick, who became a lawyer last year, has no clue it existed before Mia's trial.
Yeah, and it involved, like, his best friend from school.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows
Why are
something
you
else.
smiling?
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What?
What?
What? No fingerprints?
Hi, Slash! Thanks for following!
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What?
What? Hello!
Hello, hello.
You sneak.
Yogi, you sneaky, dangerous living bastard. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
How convenient. Yes, very.
Burnt them off by sticking up his freaking butt. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
Do you want to check?
No, no, no!
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright?
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Just run over and just... How's your day going? It's going well. We've both had a very nice day.
Very productive days.
Yes. It seems as the case has been decided, no?
No! Internal, no!
Ah!
I know what happened. I know everything. I am the big brain smart boy.
Punch him in his stupid face.
I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do?
I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, oh my god, we're going to cross-examine the parrot.
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second.
Oh my god. I literally saw a TikTok the other day that is perfect for this. Oh, what are we going to do? Go up to her and say, please don't destroy the universe? Oh my god, we are, aren't we? And I was like, yep, that's D&D. This is exactly what's happening. So why don't you cross-examine the parrot? Oh my god, he's going to cross-examine the parrot.
Cross-examine his parrot?
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to...
Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma... What?
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Because fuck you, Von Karma!
Suddenly, this is a Monty Python skit.
He's pining for the fjords. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Now wait just a second, Von Karma. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest.
Yes.
Of course, you shouldn't go through with this, and nothing comes of it, and I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy!
Yep.
Well, still fun to go through with your little game. Yes.
Parrot, 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 parrot. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, but I'd like to see him rig a bird! Except the parrot! She's my last chance.
At least
I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
What is this game? It's absolute nonsense.
Amazing.
It is very good.
There she is.
There
There's
she
Polly.
is.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me. You have lost your wits with a bird brain.
Yep.
Well done, Judge. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness.
Put her in the tube.
Yes.
The tube! The bird tube!
Tube the bird.
Bring out the bird tube! I have to show this for context for people.
Bird tube. Wait, birds.
Oh.
Blue cannot spell when she's excited.
Nope.
Weighing birds. Images. We switch screens.
Bring out the bird tube! The bird tube! Tube the bird! Look at this fucking picture!
Put him in the pod.
Tube the bird! Tube the bird! Put the bird in the tube, it's how you weigh birds! Tube the bird! Tube the bird! Tube the bird!
Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Who is your owner?
There's a minky.
A minky? Could you please keep control of your minky?
That's all you get. Bear with, Spook is trying to catch a monkey.
I want the minky.
Means the minky.
I know that one.
Wins the minky.
No, what is this story's crap? Where is the... Who? What? There we go. Why are you at the bottom? You're B.
Running out of time. Love the vibe of this courtroom. Absolute chaos. The most important trial of the entire game, and we're cross-examining a parrot. You're going to run out of time.
I can't type. Go.
Foe, you typed in the command incorrectly.
Did I do it? Give me the minky.
I really wanted Spook not to get it after all that.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right.
What are you going to do, Nick?
I'm going to have a panic attack.
Crow, that's the only one who got the monkey! Fuck! Appropriate sound effects.
I don't know. What do we do, Maya? This game's fucking rigged.
Ow! Press.
Witness! You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something?
As I recall, 2 days ago. Flashback!
Polly, have we forgotten something? Ah! Don't forget DL6.
Ah.
Have we forgotten something?
If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DR6.
Polly, have we forgotten something? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. We forgot. Hello. Oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Something's the matter, Mr. Wright.
No.
Oh my god, he prepared the parrot.
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train it to not respond when we asked it if we'd forgotten something? Now what?
Huh. You got two things, hello and nothing. Can we press again? Ask her something different?
Witness!
We already had this.
What are we asking?
Get her to say, what's your name?
Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly! Polly, what's your name? Polly? Polly!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Let's check the court record, because this seems like a question that we should, like... Go to the DR6 files.
Oxygen, no clues on the scene. Gregory Edgeworth. Strong. 6, bullet found in the heart. Murder weapon was fired twice. Memory loss, such information. Oh! It does have something to do with it. It does. Of course.
Yes, it does.
Motherfucker retrained a parrot overnight. I'm never gonna forget that. Wild.
Von Karma sat in the shack.
This is where we realise Von Karma is as unhinged as Nick. This is true.
He will do anything for a guilty verdict, including parrot training.
Including parrot training. Ha! Fascinating. Your claims the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, I've learned how to bluff with no cards in my hand. We're not here to answer the question of who's the caretaker.
General Kenobi.
Hello, Das. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi.
Which we just did.
Your Honor! The proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is...
The DL6 case file.
The DL6 case file?
My day's been insanity. How are you? Great, we're cross-examining a parrot. You can't see it, but I gave you a thumbs up. Hand tracker, please. So that's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Page 3.
A large file. It's got 3 pages.
Yeah. Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is this information connected to the parrot's name? We have to have a look to find out.
Yeah, what were they talking
What are you two fucking talking about?
We're cross-examining a parrot! Fucking keep up! So
Bird brain?
Page 6, which is suspect data. 6. Page 3, suspect data, which has Polly Jenkins.
Suspect data.
Suspect data. Suspect data.
It's on the suspect data page.
Uh,
This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly Toad.
what?
I don't know, I just went down a route there. Shut. I'm going to put faux of colour in a bird tube.
Stop. That's it, you're going in the tube.
You will be tubed.
That's it, you're going in the tube.
And I'm going to put my mouth over the other end and I'm going to blow and go poof, and you're just going to fly out into the middle of
I don't know how, but it would be very funny if I could remake the box to be a tube instead. So that's it, you're going in the tube.
I'm surprised you haven't made yourself a Kirok avatar yet.
That's a lot of work to make an avatar. I would buy a base. I'd get Kuda's avian base and retexture it, but I wouldn't make a base from scratch because that would take me months. But I would consider getting Kuda's avian base.
Oh yeah, how tall are you? I know my height now. I was measured recently.
His spook was put in the tube.
I was not tubed. That's for weight.
Bird tube sounds like a great emote. Need an emote of just Blue's legs sticking out of a tube.
You need a 2-part emote that you put next to each other where it's like a tube on its side and then the bird's head like goes into it, but then on the other one it's a bird. Yep. 5'7", really?
Oh, we're the same height.
I'm 5'10". I'm 177 centimeters tall.
Cool, good to know.
177.1, according to the woman who measured me. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I'm
Das.
5'7". No, you're not.
You're not 5'7".
No, you're not.
You're 5'5". I see, I guess this is possible. Why are you my dad's height exactly? Probably because there's a very small range of heights that people usually are.
Mere coincidence, that is all. My granddaughter has a dog, so she calls Phoenix.
Wow.
This is what we like to call foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
Is she hot? Is she old enough? That should have been your first question.
She was 7 years old!
Oh my god, it's Stanji. He's not here!
Stanji isn't here.
Das is 5'7" in spirit. Das, when you have chosen your spirit animal to be only slightly taller than you and still below average height, you need to give it up, my friend. You are fine the height you are.
Why does it matter? It doesn't matter how tall people are.
I never considered my height to be any sort of an issue until I got to the age of about 23 and realised that some girls are like, I only date 6 foot people, and I was like, why?
People are weird. Height is stupid.
Such an odd thing, odd necessity.
Any woman who says I only date 6 foot people, that is what I would refer to as a red flag.
She is only 7. So hang on, let's do some age here. So he's, what was it? He's 53. Go to the court record. We need to establish.
Yeah,
this
we
now.
forgot that we've got profiles.
There's this scary ass bird face. He's 65. So the age difference between him and his granddaughter, wasn't it? Not his great granddaughter. He said his granddaughter. So she's 7. So deduct 7 off of that. That takes you down to 58. So 58 years between grandfather and granddaughter. That's about right, isn't it?
I think so. Your Brits are all too tall. The average height here is 5'2". What? 5'2"?
I'm sorry. For a second there, I thought Marsh had posted that, and I was like, "That's rubbish." From where Marsh is from? Where's Marsh from again? Denmark, isn't it?
Marsh.
I get Denmark and the Netherlands mixed up even to this day. No, she's from the Netherlands, isn't she? Because she's from where?
Friendship test. Yeah. Friendship test.
Yeah.
I think you failed.
No, I did. I always get I don't know why I get Denmark and the Netherlands confused. No, she's from the never mind. It is. Where's the place where the tallest people are from? I know it's a Scandinavian country.
Sweden, is it?
No, it's not Sweden.
No, it's not Sweden.
No, it's not Sweden. I think it's Norway, actually.
What I want to know is what granddaughter, because we only see one child of his and she's not old enough to have a 7-year-old kid, so is the other one calmer?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When you
yeah.
said granddaughter, because I'm like, I'm sure that the person that replaces Manfred in the later games is his daughter.
From my
I could be wrong.
yeah, she might be his daughter. But from my knowledge, she doesn't seem like the type of person to settle down and have kids either.
Besso is also from the Netherlands. I know this one because that's where Amsterdam is. Yeah, she's 17, but I can't remember if that's his daughter now or if it's his granddaughter. I thought it was his daughter.
Yeah, there you go. You got that one correct.
I did remember that, but I always forget. When I see them on a map, I know
I
them on
would
a
say
map.
objection because this implies that someone would willingly sleep with him.
Well,
Yeah.
but yeah, 5'2" in India, that's about right. Asians are generally shorter.
This is true.
It's just a genetic thing. It is his daughter, yeah, so 17 off of 65. Or even if the game takes place a year or two later. So you take off, what, like 15 years? 50? It's quite old. But remember, he would be a good shag. Because he does everything perfectly.
No! 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 He reproduced my mitosis. Oh, God.
After we've discussed Von Karma's sex
no,
life,
no,
we're going to return to the trial.
No.
Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial.
Stop. No.
Welcome to Poontown.
No.
Allow that.
No.
Allow that.
No.
I will do
no,
it for you.
also mod, we're not allowing it.
I will allow it. It was a valid
What are
comment
you
to me.
fucking talking
We're
about?
talking about German sex.
No. Ah!
Why did you block it? I didn't have a chance to click connect.
Exactly.
I'm reconnecting the chat.
Aha, you're an awful mod.
I will type it then.
It's not very effective. I've answered.
There. I can type whatever I want, because I'm unhinged! Anyway, we would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more, if we can find one more piece of evidence.
Right, but what? Very well, witness, you may continue. Okay, so we're back to...
I mean, I assume we press this again, because how do you press a nothing? So I assume we press and pick the other option?
Try. Excuse me. Go. Well, what's the last question then?
What's the safe number?
Maybe I'll get it to say the number of the safe.
Huh? The safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what's the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228. 1228. I wonder if that number is in reference to anything.
Let's check. One,
What? It's the
two,
date.
2, 8.
It's the date.
In 2001. America will remember this year. Well, there you go.
Yep, first page is
Case
the date.
summary.
It's the date.
On the case summary. A wild his...
Oh, a Hisuian Avalon.
Oh,
It's an
okay.
abbreviation. It's an event Pokemon. It's got little symbols next to it.
It's a piece of shit. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker?
It does.
Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to the safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof.
I throw the DR6 file at you once again, Von Karma, you...
Just slap him across the face with it. Just slap, slap. Hey, we get some gifts going out in the chat. Nice. A team enhancer? What is a team enhancer?
It's these little pink pills.
I feel like it needs to be clipped of just my head just going over to Spook. Hi, Diglett! Oh, it sucks you have to work late. Bye, Slash, thanks for coming.
Yeah, catch you later.
Yeah, someone clip that. Watching stream whilst working. Woo, let's go! This is chaos. It means you can have an extra Pokemon team. Oh, neat.
Ooh.
Oh, I caught the Avalug as well. Neat. So much just happened. We're moving to the woods. Let's go. Into the woods without delay. Careful not to lose the way. Take that! The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to that safe number? In the
Case summary on the first page.
It's on the case summary page. That? Yes. Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago! And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah!
Also known as 1228.
He used the date of the DR6 incident as the number for the safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. It was the date that ruined him.
This is why Brexit happens. Germans don't want your jokes. Yeah.
There's a lot of things the Germans don't want from us.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge.
Revengy.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM cards to 0001 because I am number one. Why would...
Mug him! Mug him!
Steal his money! Steal his money! This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. Rob him.
That's
Rob
enough.
him. Eat the rich.
I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that is all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
This is true. What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately! Also, help me, you'll feel the back of my ring hand.
Come and give me your wallet real quick.
This is German humour. It's no laughing matter. Tell us your name.
Wait. This is witness. He doesn't remember.
No, it's okay.
Oh, he's actually standing upright.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity.
It's the Superman effect if he's finally stood up straight and put his shoulders back and suddenly he looks different.
Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Bye, Vaz. We'll see you later.
Catch you later,
We'll be
man.
playing Final Fantasy later.
Order, order! Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it.
Cool, well, that was easy. There you go, game over.
They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. Lost my job, my fiancé, social standing.
Damn. That's rough.
Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Damn. Yogi's story is worse with the live-action movie, like, genuinely. Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
One comma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. Saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is...
innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well.
He's unhappy.
Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved.
So tragic.
Curious now.
Yeah, did they change something, or is it just like seeing like the dramatization of it?
Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case, so I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Not guilty. Again, he stands up so straight. Stands to attention.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection. I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming.
Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means...
No.
Edgeworth!
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
And I point at Phoenix Wright.
He's doing the pose from the stand.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As you've heard, Jnana Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess! He's gonna say he's guilty! He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident! He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad!
Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Did something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
No, he's right. He's got a point. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
Edgeworth! Why are you like this? Man will literally object their own non-guilty verdicts instead of going to therapy.
You're a sham, Edgeworth!
You're a sham!
I hope.
For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. Now I know it wasn't a dream. Jnana Yogi's wasn't the killer.
It was that burrito I had for lunch.
I'll be real, I was about to look over and I was very prepared to see Den's name pop up. I'll be real. Das, how dare you?
You've lowered yourself to Den levels of humor. You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. Murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL6, and the statute of limitations which ends today. The culprit is me, even though I'm pointing at someone else.
You, Phoenix.
Edgeworth, you are a prosecutor. Use your thinking brain. A dream isn't evidence.
Has been paid today? Or has he taken up a new music career? I'm gonna push all these buttons.
What does this button do?
This certainly is unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitation runs out today. What will happen on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z? I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Ah, it is obvious. Behold a trial, right here, right now. Which tries this man for the crime of 15 years ago. My bit allowance for the week. You get an allowance!
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess.
I will need to go get to Subway.
During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. I have a foot long to see, too. Get outside and just slap the shit out of it.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I just envision that they step outside and Phoenix turns around and just wallops him across the face, or just starts shaking him. Just like, what is wrong with you? I'm sorry, right? I've just wasted all of your effort. Oh, he's like a puppy.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you. Kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy! Just crazy, pal!
Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I'm writing out my will and testament. I was just reading through the court record once more. Ooh, that's a hint.
Yes. I thought I noticed something like back at the very start that I thought was a bit odd. Maybe now it's time for me to mention it, which is in this photo. There's a bullet mark in the glass. Now, I'm no ballistics expert, so I don't really know how glass behaves when it is shot. But I'm not sure whether that is a bullet coming out or a bullet coming in, considering that his body is here. If he'd been shot here and the bullet went through the glass, then his body would surely be slumped against the door. I don't know. It just seems a bit odd to me.
What else have we got to look at? Because, I mean, we're looking at the DL6 incident stuff now.
I believe depleted of oxygen. It was another thing again. One bullet is found in the heart, but the murder weapon was fired twice. Could be something to do with the glass, I don't know. That's very similar to this incident of the gun was fired 3 times, but only 2 shots were heard. So that's another similar thing of, like, there was 1 bullet, but the weapon was fired twice. So, parallels.
Which wouldn't make a lot of sense, really, considering how Edgeworth said it went down. Because if he threw the gun and it went off, that's 1 shot.
That's 1 shot. So why was the gun?
So how was it fired a second time?
Yeah, so that's another thing. That's another thing which mirrors this case that doesn't mesh up. So two things that I noticed like a while ago but never mentioned of like there's a bullet hole in the window. That's a bit odd, but I guess is feasible technically. And the fact that the gun was fired twice, and we even have the bullet. And I'm wondering, considering that it mentions that this still has clear ballistic markings on this bullet, I wonder if those ballistic markings are going to match this gun. Considering that this also mentions the ballistic markings. Ballistic markings match the murder weapon's barrel, .22 caliber, and then this bullet still bears ballistic markings. I wonder if we're going to find out if that bullet came from this gun, but that's just me theorising out loud.
Okay. I was just reading through the court record once more.
What was that noise? I know what you were doing, but just hearing it just sounded...
It's funnier when you cut things off and let people finish the joke in their minds. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Huh?
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. Oh, Phoenix! I'll prove you're innocent, even if you don't want to.
Yep.
You are being rescued. Do not resist.
Exactly.
Trust me.
You're so wit for this human tragedy wearing magenta.
Wow.
Wow.
What a description. Put that on a shirt.
Right. Take a sip of the water.
Here we go. Are you ready, Blue?
Make or break.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
No wonder people ship them. Oh, duh. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. Wait, you just admitted!
I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Oh, Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Phoenix outside seemed very confident, unlike his normal self, where he's normally there, like, sweating, like, what am I gonna do? I have to fight. He's just like, nope, I've got the stuff here, and I'm gonna prove you're innocent.
I peed a little.
He's very confident.
Very well.
They're insane people, genuinely. Yep.
Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. So testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, please. Hi, wagon.
Hola.
The DL6 incident. That day, I had gone to...
That day?
Oh
Guten Himmel!
no, Edgeworth is also turning German.
On that day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of mein Vater's trials.
Too much time with one Karma. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator.
Guten Himmel, I screamed.
My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot. There it is.
Blue has found it.
There it is, everybody.
Scream.
And then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That is all. My phone auto-types your name now, so we're like, oh, my bestie wagon man. Nice.
Spook, you're so parked right. What the
What the
fuck does that even mean?
What the fuck? You're so
Goddamn
parked.
Gen Zs!
What the fuck does parked mean? Yes, he is parked on the drive where the car should be.
She's only saying that because women can't drive. Yeah, Husk's like,
Huh?
huh? Can we get that, please, in like 10-year-old speech?
What the hell does parked mean? That's a new one to me.
And you're on the internet all the time.
Yeah.
Your brain is mush.
Figure it out. God,
No!
God damn it.
Explain!
You can't just use... Words mean things. Words mean things. You can't just say shit. Words mean things.
The Dutch are confused. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
And I suppose then you became parked. Very well.
I only know parked in a meeting context, not a human context. I don't even know in that. Parked means you have parked a car!
You're gonna have to park yourself on this big digit in a minute.
Stop.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. I'm gonna shake the shit out of your microphone in a minute.
It's my IRL college slang for not happening. Like fetch from Mean Girls.
That explains less.
Who doesn't know what fetch means?
What? Blue, translate.
I haven't seen Mean Girls either.
Marsh, analysis.
Parked in meeting context is leaving it for another time. Okay, I guess I get that. Parked is a subject for later, okay.
I know many mean girls. You are rapidly becoming one of them.
It's doing a
Cross-examination and shit. I'm gonna press this point. I'm gonna press it until my finger goes white.
Pressing Q! Pressing Q!
Q's in chat. Fetch is a slang term. One of the characters, AI.
It's trying.
There was AI in Mean Girls. Oh.
Trying to get started. There's a girl in Mean Girls who's desperately trying to make a word trendy, so they're trying to make fetch a trendy word. Stop trying to make fetch a thing, it'll never be a thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Weirdly, I've heard that joke of stop trying to make fetch a thing, but I don't know what fetch was meant to mean, because it's not a thing. Spook is upset right now.
I don't like the younger generations. They have their own Collins dictionary. Anyway, well,
Y'all are parked for real. Shut up, Hope! We've gone to go to Father's trials.
Hi, Rosa.
Hey, Rosa. I was in the elevator. My father was slowly venting his composure. Just then something fell at my feet. I picked it up through Mr. Yogi. A moment later, there was a single gunshot.
Present!
We don't even need to press. We can
evidence!
We can just present the evidence. Right, which page is it on?
Victim data.
Victim data is fired twice. So we can just immediately present. We don't even need to press. Objection!
I'm sorry for being in college. Don't be parked unparked.
Rosa, leave. just go.
Don't get caught up on being caught.
Oh, he's grabbed the microphone, everybody.
The person who coined the phrase, coined the phrase, coined the phrase, coined the phrase.
Stop that.
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? I'm just going to leave chat with that aneurysm of a sentence.
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, and then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
Shakes head.
No, Your Honour. Unfortunately, you don't. See?
Did Spook drink the Blocky Cola from Roblox? Oh my god, stop! He drank water! Drink water!
I haven't played Roblox.
No, neither have I!
See, the sentence does make perfect sense.
Uh-huh.
With all due respect, and trying to sound as minimally racist as possible.
Please, don't. No, just stop. Just end it there. No,
it'll be fine.
It's not. No, you can't lead with that.
No,
you can't lead a sentence with that.
It's fine, it'll be fine. When the person from India understands the English better than you, you need to re-educate yourself on English. Hello, Core. Core is here.
Hi, Core.
See, they want us to say it. People want to hear racist things. It's just a thing. If someone says they're going to say something racist about your nationality, you want to hear it. You just do. It's like with farts. When people say that they are farted, you don't immediately leave. You wait and you smell it first. You want to judge it. Be like, yeah, you did. That's disgusting. That's what you do.
You have to judge it.
You have to judge it. Fourth language. Blue hasn't even mastered one.
Yeah.
See? You're explaining what the phrase or word says with the word phrase in the question. That does not help. Yes, you see. And Rosa understands coding, which means that you need to... In fact, can I qualify coding as knowing additional languages?
I mean, it is referred to as a coding language.
Interesting.
Pirate, thanks for gifting a sub to Husk.
Don't interrupt, Pirate. That's a clip, chat. You can just clip most of it. I am hilarious and you will quote everything that I say. Nobody wants to smell Spook's farts and it's considered a public safety violation. I will fart into the microphone sell it!
No!
Anyway, look at this file graph. Every time I do, it kiss my ass. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Wait,
can you count coding languages as a separate one? I don't know.
I don't know. How many coding languages do you know?
It's referred to as a coding language. The key word there being language.
I mean, she's young and Indian, so she could know at least half a dozen. Indians know coding. Indians know coding.
Because then I can get up to 8.
See? Told ya. They learn that shit in primary school. It's what Indians do. What they do is you get your newborn Indian, right? And you plug them into a computer before they grow up. They have USB ports on them. It's built in. Why do you think that when you phone up tech support, there's an Indian? There's a reason for that shit. They are there.
Stop.
No, it's true.
I'm going to get into trouble.
You won't. That's a compliment. They know computers. See? HTML, C, C++, Java, Python,
Whatever that is.
some word that looks like Bangra, and some of CSS, which is not Counter-Strike source.
It's not. It's
Something else.
It's not Counter-Strike source.
One is popping some chaos.
It is chaos. There's a lot of chaos today. What is
Learning the
happening?
Google one right now. How many languages do you need to know?
Google has its own coding language?
That doesn't surprise me, but I also probably don't see the point at this point. I read that. You missed it amongst the races.
Yes, really. You do enjoy tracking out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Malthair's verse testimony? Victim data. He literally said, I reject your truth and substitute my own. You're like, what the fuck? You can't just say that.
Look at the victim data in this file. Spook really just became Phoenix. What do you mean? My small brain won't brain don't work.
Yep.
10 out of 10.
Salute.
It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. The army of Steves disagrees. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shots? Steve. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago, so the evidence is dated. This pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I mean, he's right.
Stop using that word.
I just logicked it out for class. I'm attempting to learn Python. Because there's a snake in my boots. You do have a point.
Mr. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, my trousers fallen down. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
I mean, I must do, but what is it? So there's clear ballistic markings.
Let's see if she can get this one, chat.
Oh no.
Talk us through your thinking here, Blue. You are a... Welcome to the Blue Sky Wolf 09 podcast. Today I'm joined by our host, Blue Sky Wolf 09. Please talk us through your case. I was talking. This is my radio show.
You guys are gonna end up starting a hype train.
I'm gonna end up starting a fucking fight club in a minute. Blue, talk us through. We've been asked to prove that 2 shots occurred on the day. How are we going to do that? What's your thought process? I do like Python. C++ is the best one. May I ask you some questions about it in the disk? In the disk?
Yes.
We wouldn't call it the disk because a disk is a compact disk. Bloody Gen Zs. You've not said anything, Blue.
Is it the bullet because it has ballistic markings? Don't you lie me! How dare you!
I think it is payday today.
That hurt my throat. I actually screamed so bad it hurt my throat.
Well done. Nobody make a joke about that. Wow, Spook really is an English professor. Thank you. Thank you very much. I take that as simply to mean that I'm an educated person of English nationality, and that's true. Blue, why does your to-do list that I got printed out for you have ticks and crosses on?
Because there are some things that I did research, and the research led to no. So it was researched, and the answer was no. That's why it's got a cross. Whereas the other ones were researched, and the answer was yes.
I reject these answers and simply stipulate that you didn't try hard enough. Anyway, talk us through. What were you thinking?
The fact that this says that ballistic markings are still clear says that maybe we need to check it? I don't know.
Well, we don't have the pistol anymore, so it's pointless. We can't check it against anything because we don't know what the ballistic markings are.
So is it the photo of my original theory of like, well, there's a gunshot? Yes, it is.
Why?
Because the bullet says it was found in his heart, but there's a bullet hole here. So
what does that indicate?
That indicates the gun was fired twice, because a bullet was in his heart and a bullet went through this glass. So this photo, I guess.
Or, what if that's not true?
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not true?
Well, you've said if there's one shot that went into his heart and one that went through the elevator, that could still mean it was Edgeworth, because he could have still fired it into his dad by accident. So what's the alternative to that? Just to try and cover all...
My original theory... the original theory was maybe that's a gunshot from outside, but that doesn't solve my...
No, but it is a possibility.
It is a possibility, but...
That it was fired from outside and into him. But that's also a potential. But I feel like you're on the right track, so go with that one. Ooh, look at us. Can't we call it... You could just call it Discord, because that's the name of the program, and it's a very small word.
Not everything has to be abbreviated.
Where did the pew-pews... Where did the pew-pews happen? How did the pew-pews happen? When did the pew-pews happen? Why did the pew-pews happen? And who did the pew-pews happen?
Because we've not got a lot of other things. This is all to do...
Gregworth. That gave me a stroke reading it. Gregworth really was a DILF.
What a sentence.
Was it 2 bullets? Foe really is thirsty. She is a thirsty 5'7". Help me, chat. Help me.
Yeah, we literally only have, essentially these 3 pieces of evidence, and there's nothing really in here that helps. No clues were found on the scene. Captain of the elevator, 1 bullet in the heart, the weapon was fired twice, so the bullet was lodged in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Trapped in the elevator, oxygen deprivation. So that doesn't help us, which leaves us with the photo and the bullet. And while the bullet has ballistic markings, as you say, we don't have anything to compare that to, so I feel like the only piece of evidence that they have to show is the photo to show that there's a bullet hole here.
Or if you send me a link to a dodgy website that sells some sort of medication for men, I will burn you. This is why Stanley went for a gen. Understandable. Have a nice day. This is why Stanley went shopping in the later generation. I don't know which way I'm going time-wise, chronologically, but this way.
We missed the train. Yes, we have proof.
That's why Stanley's not here. His dick fell off.
Uh-oh, dick fell off.
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
But what? Impossible.
That was a CRT monitor. And CRT stands for cathode ray tube. Don't shrug, that's what it stands for.
Okay.
That is how old TVs and monitors had images displayed on them.
You probably don't even know what a cathode is. Do you?
I'm scared of this one. Be afraid.
This is no longer a safe space.
Your Honor, it's true. This man has no... Who can name where that quote is from? That is a quote, and I know that one. Come on, chat. This is the current topic. Where is Core's quote from?
That's a quote.
It is. It is a quote. I know what film that is from, and it is a film that everyone has seen or bloody well should have done. And my dad used to have that one when I was 3. What? No dick?
Comes back to the tubes. Bird tube, bird tube.
No, it's not a tube. Come on, chat. Impress me now. I need you to impress me. Cora's given us a very good quote from a very good film. Transformers. No. I said a good film.
Rings a bell. Is it Ghostbusters?
Marsh gets it in 1.
Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Oh, I vaguely remember that now.
Bill Murray's character when the health and safety manager comes in and he gets referred to as being dickless over here, and he says, "Is this?" And the mayor says, "Is this true?" And he goes, "Yes, it's true, Your Honor. This man has no dick." Quality line. God bless Bill Murray. Imagine if Transformers used the D word. It's Optimus Prime time you took this, Dick. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? Show us, Lou.
Photo. Take that!
Look at this photograph! Every time I do, it makes it... Your hand smells lovely.
Does it?
Yeah, it's probably because you haven't got your gloves on, so they don't smell like cheese, sweat, and sin.
That needs clipping as well. That needs clipping as well.
What?
Just look at this photograph, muffled sounds, and then, oh, your hands smell lovely.
I'd argue that the animated Transformers movie was good. The live-action one, not so much. I did not see the animated one, but I can believe that.
I didn't really watch a lot of Transformers.
No, same.
Just kind of skipped over it. Anyway.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and no, it's not funny. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. There's so many Ghostbusters. What movie are you guys talking about? The first one. What do you mean there's so many Ghostbusters movies? There's 2.
There's...
The third one doesn't count.
There's 3.
They did a remake with all girls that was apparently terrible. I didn't see it.
It was fine, which means that the movie that's coming out this year is number 4 technically, but it's still just called Ghostbusters because who needs numbers, right, guys?
First one was great. Very funny.
Well, yeah, obviously the first one is great because they keep trying to make another one and they keep failing. But the original concept is so good, but surely we can do it again. It's like, no, you can't.
The first one is so quotable, you don't need to redo it. By redoing it, you're not going to do better than it because the benchmark is too high.
Yeah.
You know, it's just don't bother. Stop it.
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh, we're going to redo the first Predator and try and outdo Arnold Schwarzenegger being like, get to the job. Like, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Give up. You failed already.
It's the one thing that Hollywood definitely never seems to get is they have one good movie and they're like, we're going to do this again. And it's like, no, come up with original things.
Ghostbuster with kids? Why? The first one was great. The cast was brilliant.
You said there's a new one coming out.
Who cares? The first one was epic. You got to go back and watch the first one. It's quality. Anyway.
Right there.
As should be obvious, that's the most passive-aggressive way of saying, you thick prick.
You're so dumb.
The contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. They made a new Mean Girls as well. It's been 20 years since the last Mean Girls came out.
Pass.
Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand, Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Okay. No clues found on the scene. Okay.
Air in the elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident.
The case summary. That's on page 1. Look what is written there.
Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet was never found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. Such is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole. Why does Karma get an earring and Edgeworth doesn't? What the fuck? Why do you just say stuff? 20 years for a remake seems unneeded. I understand remaking movies made in the 60s and 70s, but after that, Yogi ate the clips.
It was the parrot. Mr. Rice has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Montgomery says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single fired bullet. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah! How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
How could this happen to me? I'm sorry.
I made my mistakes. God gave me the ability to express thoughts, and I've never shut up since. Nice.
I direct you all to Blue's latest TikTok.
You haven't seen it, you should. Exclamation mark socials.
It's just, when I saw the photograph, I didn't laugh. I thought 2 gunshots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
TikTok is banned in India.
It's also on YouTube. There you go.
Just-
Snob! Sorry, that was important.
I need to send Stan you some abuse in a bit.
Oh no.
An unrelated topic.
Oh, okay. Oh, Growly's going for a great cherish ball.
I don't know where all these balls...
What a snom! Snom a friend! Core, do you have the snom emote? Show them the snom. But yeah, it's also on YouTube. So exclamation mark socials, you can find it on YouTube. Better get in that ball. We love a snom. Don't anymore. Aww. Let me find the snom.
I cannot connect.
F.
This is a snom. He's a friend shape. They're a friend. He's cute. Gently holds. I want to snom. They're so cute. Look at them. They're like little jelly beans. Very cute.
Fucking rigged.
I didn't even get a chance to try and catch it.
Fucking rigged. Hold so gently. They are so cute. They're so cute. It's a snom. We love snom. Fan favorite. Go on then, you said you were going to do that after.
Anyway. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Concise.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well.
This is another moment where I'm like, am I supposed to interject at some point? I can never tell with this game. No, you've been disassociating.
Statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Right here!
Right now.
Right here!
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. I know this room. I've walked this floor. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright?
Again, I'm like... We got 3 things that really appear relevant. This is the thing with this game. It puts you in a situation like this, and I'm like... Well, clearly I have to, because if I click no, I lose. And that's, like, the point. It's always the badge. It's probably not the badge. Except for the one time it was. If I hit object, I don't know what it would be.
Well, I suppose at this point now, we've basically reached the end. We now have to determine who the murderer was. Because that's the only way to get Edgeworth off. Who killed Gregory?
In my brain, part of me is still kind of like, but I got no proof.
Yeah, there you go. Spectral Gralis got a good point. What's motive? Who would want to kill Gregory? Because I suppose that's the very first thing. There's an earthquake.
Von Karma.
Why? Why would Von Karma want to kill him?
Because he proved that Von Karma was messing with evidence. That was the thing that happened. He caused, you know, a bad... I can't articulate the words.
Who told us that?
Who did tell us that? I've straight up forgotten. It's been 3 weeks.
Grossberg.
Grossberg told us that.
Yeah, because Grossberg, well, he is a lawyer himself.
Yes.
He remembered that situation. Okay. So, if we follow the train of thought that Von Karma did shoot him.
Von Karma has a reason because Gregory was the first person to smear his perfect record, and he's a perfectionist. We know this.
Yeah. So, and that would also explain why he's very... Oh, and that would explain why he's then given Yanni Yogi the opportunity to kill Miles and Robert. That's why he's involved. Because why else would he have messaged him?
Because we learned,
because he's involved.
Yeah, which was what I theorised last week. I theorised that Von Karma was the one who had written the note because
matched his handwriting.
And it was, you know, smeared his perfect record.
And it's also why he's now pushing to get Miles declared guilty.
Yeah, because it ties it all off very neatly.
But if we follow that train of logic, then.
So that's why I was like, I think it's Von Karma, but I don't know how to prove it. And I'm now wondering again, I said this before, I think it's the bullet, because this still bears clear ballistic markings. I said this before, this is what it says from the ballistic markings.
So that means that the other bullet would also...
That's what I'm saying, is that this one also has ballistic markings. And you said we don't have the gun, but I've just sat here and gone, well, you don't know that. We don't necessarily need to know if this matches this gun, but if this matches this bullet, and they have the same ballistic markings, then they were fired by the same gun. And this is the gun that Yanni Yogi had. Yanni Yogi got this gun from Von Karma, because it was in the in the know of like he said in his testament that he was given the letter and a pistol. So Von Karma gave him this gun.
I like your thinking.
That's my thinking.
That is your that is very good. I do like that. It isn't right.
Oh.
And the only reason that I'll tell you that it's not right is because it's written on the screen right in front of you.
Load a weapon. Three times.
Fired 3 times. We already have accounted for the 3 firings. Otherwise, it would be more than that. That's the only reason.
But that's from.
That's the gun's history. They can tell the gun was fired 3 times.
See, I don't. This is me being like, I don't fucking know how guns work.
No,
Like, how long?
but-
How like we know that it was fired 3 times on that night. I don't know if it's a case of them being like, well, it's been 15 years, the gun's been reloaded and clean. I don't know.
No, but
I don't know how guns work.
there was a good train of thought, and I liked it. There was definitely a revenge thread into it of her, the sort of aesthetic storytelling and the aesthetic of I'm going to kill you with, or I'm going to have you framed with the gun that killed your father.
Yeah.
I like all that.
Yeah.
Not quite right.
Aw.
Different train of
But
thought.
you can see why that's my current thought process, because in my brain as well, as someone who quite likes a story, I was like, well, it narratively makes sense as well.
Narratively makes
It
sense.
also narratively makes sense.
But let's think about the other thing of like, do you remember, because it has been a while and it isn't written down,
Yeah.
what was said about what happened to Von Karma after the incident?
He vanished for a bit, didn't he? Or went on holiday.
Apparently went on vacation for a while.
Yeah.
So if we say, because he knows that no evidence of a second bullet was found at the scene, where could that bullet have gone?
He could have taken it. But how do we? That's speculation. And he'll be like, "Where's your proof?"
Not necessarily taking it, because to take it would mean he would have found it, and if it had been lodged in the wall or something, he'd have had to have pried it out, and they would have found a bullet hole outside. There was no bullet hole found, so wherever it hit, it didn't leave.
I'm not sure I understand.
We'll raise an objection. We'll see what
Okay.
prompts it gives us. I did like your train of thought. It was good.
Thank you.
It's on the right kind of track, but it wasn't quite right. I didn't think of that one, but it does make sense. So we are going to
So
raise
that's
an
why in
objection.
my brain I was like, well, this is the answer, right? Because it all fit together.
Your Honor, I object.
Hollybobs. Wouldn't that gun be in the evidence? I mean, my theory was that
It
it was.
was.
My
It
theory
was
that
in the evidence.
My theory was that it was the same gun, so there it is in the evidence.
No, the gun that would have been on the trial, would have been in the previous trial, would have been submitted as evidence. But remember, Von
Oh.
Karma took all the evidence.
Took the evidence,
The
yeah.
only piece that we managed to reclaim was the bullet. That's the only one that Maya got for us. He took all the rest of it because that's when we bumped into him.
Right.
So there was a whole case file of like what we've got. There was a whole load of stuff of like pictures and evidence that had been submitted and reports and whatnot. We just don't have access to it because he's got rid of it.
Yeah.
He's covering his own tracks.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oof.
Nick?
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no.
Grr! Grr!
It must exist. Second.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing?
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
He sent me code by accident, I sent him code back, and now we're talking in C-sharp programming language. Oh my god, that's so nerdy, but so cute. Spirits from beyond the grave have risen to help us!
Wait! Your Honor! The second bullet, it existed!
What?
What? What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realise that, Your Honour. I'm really grasping here.
Did Edgeworth get shot? I don't think he did. I feel like he definitely would have said if he'd been shot.
It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer!
The murderer? And tell us, who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. Just give me a minute.
The spirits from beyond the grave are not getting paid!
Balls in your face.
Ow.
Oh my god!
Stanley's fucking here!
Good lord. He has arrived.
I'm always here, what the fuck? That's where you're wrong! Objection! Objection! Lurking, objection! You're wrong!
Blue checks who's lurking.
Spook sees me. Every once in a while, I'll click the little thing to be like, who's in chat? And then just make a little note. I'm just like, okay, and I don't call anybody out because there's nothing wrong with lurking. Hope, thank you for gifting a sub to Stan. Every once in a while, I'll open up the users list and I'll see who's here, just to make a note of just feel like, oh, who's here? Which is why I was like, I did know that Rosa was here lurking earlier because I noticed her name was there. And you know whose name I noticed wasn't there? You're a SHAM, Stanley!
Got fucking objected and she submitted evidence. Your Honor, I'd like to pose that the ball times 10 redeem is because the defendant is in fact lying.
Shamji!
You're a SHAM, Stanji! It's been called out. He doesn't like it.
I'm busy and I forget. There you go. Confession. It's fine. I don't care.
No, it's because he's fucking whipped.
Stanji got Ace Attorney. This just means I'm right. I win. Victory.
Get binaried.
Victory.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? That's the obvious bit. First of all, how could they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Yeah, they had to find it to cover up their tracks.
Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
Bah, what possible reason could they have had?
But, well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is...
Well, it would be proof.
Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof. Proof?
I've heard so much about you.
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
That was the case, since they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Ew.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the two shots fired?
Oh, right. Mr. Wright, if you really thought this through, I'm going to have to penalise you.
The other option. I figured I chose the wrong one the moment he was like, scratch his back of head. I was like, well, that's not confident, is it? Okay.
This isn't going so well. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Need it.
Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true!
Had to take it. The murderer. What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance. For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer?
Okay.
Just saying, for instance.
For instance, he's so confident. Why is the only ghost Phoenix talks to a better, smarter lawyer that's 2 years older than him? Yeah.
I mean, if it hit you, you'd have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second.
You cross-examined a parent? What do you mean, crazy? How much worse do you want to get me?
I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Maybe that was the bullet that Edgeworth shot. Because if the murderer was the one who shot Gregory, then the second bullet is Edgeworth's bullet. So that means that the murderer accidentally, because Edgeworth threw the gun and it went off, it went out through the glass maybe and accidentally hit the person on the outside because there were only 3 people in the elevator.
Okay.
Okay, is the theory.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's how it would work, yeah.
And if it is Von Karma, that would explain why Von Karma hates Edgeworth. Because Edgeworth fucking shot him. That man hold grudges.
But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes.
Which is what I just said. Dramatic music kick in. Phoenix telling you unhinged, and I've come to realise you are this way because Mia is worse. Yep.
The 2 men fight inside the elevator.
We paint you a word picture.
Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known.
Thank you.
I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
I can. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Mr. Grossberg said yesterday. Yeah, this was the connection. Gregory Edgeworth Delta Rosa his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in this many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of the shock? He took it
because he was injured.
Which would mean...
It could only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh, man! Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
Yeah, this is the conclusion that we'd come to.
No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Should I come out and say it now?
Genuine question. I'm not sure we should, actually. I wonder if this is the game trying to bait us. Because we don't... But what better time? That's true, though. What is a better time? It's because if we say, it's Von Karma goes, where's your proof? We don't have proof! What better time? Okay, chat's making it very clear. Oh, this feels risky.
Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Oh, Mr. Wright, who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma!
Michael. Von Karma? Let's fucking smile.
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? Undefeated in 40 years of prosecuting? The one standing right over there?
This case is too stressful. I'm getting cheesecake. Oh, I need some cheesecake. Stress cheesecake. But
You don't object?
I see no need. Why on earth this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
You're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would need surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operates on me. Have him testify.
Nick! Let's find out who this doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Von Karma pulled the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, you couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. I mean, you can.
You can.
Wait. What does that mean?
Where's the fucking bullet? The bullet has to
That
be
bullet
somewhere.
has to be somewhere, but where?
It's still in him? It's still in him? Oh my god. Ew, 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 ew. Ew! Ew! Ew, no! Ew! Ew! Ew!
People have lived with metal inside them
Ew!
and not known it.
Ew! Gross! Oh, this man's awful. Looks like a man with decades of lead poisoning. Well, Mr. Wright. Can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
No. Well,
I mean, it's not impossible to prove, because I literally just showed you how it's not impossible to prove.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of the word in as what the game's like.
Produce evidence.
Yeah, I suppose you can in a kind of way, in a
That's
weird
it.
kind of way.
Yeah, it's like, it is evidence.
All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it, and I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
Look, what?
Evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Is it the metal detector?
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
This man had a bullet chilling in him for years. Some people do.
Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find.
Ah! Ah! Oh, and he's holding his shoulder as well. He's sweating. He's sweating. He's sweating. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! Order!
He's sweating bullets.
There we go.
Well done, Wacken.
Time to end.
Well done. Just end the stream right there.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
I want to ban. Too bad you're not a moderator.
You're barely even here.
Judge, I call for a suspension on this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we have to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot.
Haha.
Gunshot.
Ew. Ew.
He reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Proof? Don't waggle your finger. I have no obligation to prove anything. You! It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
It's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What? The bullet was evidence in how? You mean this gun that was shot only 3 times? That's from the other case.
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth?
Maybe it is the gun.
I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DR6 incident. And here's my final proof. Now think this through, love.
This is the only bit of evidence we have. Don't eat the bullet!
It's not a D4. Talk us through use your words, love.
Is it Misty Faye? Because they tried to use... Because we still have this. They tried to use Misty Faye to contact the spirit and have the spirit say who it was. And the spirit confirmed that it wasn't Yanni Yogi.
No, the spirit said it was Yanni Yogi.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Doesn't help then. Depleted, it's on the instant, no clues were found on the scene. Flashing of base destroying the sun, one bullet was found in the heart, no weapon was found. Memory loss after his arrest, suicide. I'm not 100% sure how, but the only evidence I have is the bullet.
Why would it be the bullet?
Because it still has clear ballistic markings. I don't know, can you fucking x-ray him and see the ballistic markings on the bullet that's in him? I don't know how guns work!
You probably couldn't.
I don't know how guns work!
If you took the bullet out, if this one's still got clear ballistic markings, then so would that one.
So would the other one.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. So, essentially, there's a threat behind
It's
that.
like, yeah, we could prove it with this. So we prove it with this one because this has bit clear ballistic marks. So I guess it's this.
But that's a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DR6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
He's panicking. Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? The scream!
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. It wasn't his dad he heard scream. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet!
I said quiet! You're not making this any easier!
Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air!
Get away from my Nan!
Ah! It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed, and he's pointing!
He's pointing at him!
Wilhelm scream!
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth! Edgeworth, only you would dare to defy me! So it was you. Oh, Jesus! You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record! And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade! Told you. He cared about the fact that he has a... I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! Jesus Christ. He's... Jesus.
15 years earlier.
I told you that he hates Edgeworth because Edgeworth shot him. That's a headbang. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I have ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. And then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. Saucy people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny.
He's also left-handed.
Interesting. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge,
What?
what are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later.
Wasn't even his first, he just wasn't good. Yep. Now that we know what happened, you want to hear a distressing, very common DL6 AU? No, I don't.
I do.
Nah.
Share. Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor. Therapy!
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty!
again.
Again! Yay! AUF and Comma shoots Miles instead of Gregory in the elevator. Shoots the child?
Alternate universe.
Yeah,
Ah,
oh, did you not know what AU stood for?
I thought it was gold.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, alternate universe.
Ah.
The court finds him traumatized.
That is all. This court is adjourned permanently. Get the fuck out. Leave. Wasting my goddamn time. Right, before we continue, I need to pee really badly.
Oh. It's so upsetting. Yeah, that is upsetting. Also, what do you mean this court is adjourned? Don't adjourn the court. Find Von Karma guilty.
There has to be a separate trial.
What do you mean?
It wasn't a trial to determine the conclusion to DR6, it was a trial of whether Mr. Miles Edgeworth was guilty. We've done that. That law works.
Law's fucking bullshit. Guilty of behaving a fairy. Some crimes are unforgivable. Death. You want to hear the now? What? The what now? Song? AU? What? What were you typing? So you want to hear the song now? Sure? I guess. I mean, I don't know if I should play it on stream. It's obvious, Blue. Come on. You underestimate how stupid I am. Oh. Turnabout Ace Attorney musical original recording. I probably shouldn't play that on stream. That might actually get flagged. I don't. Yeah, someone does own the rights to that. I will not be playing that on stream. Fan made, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna play that on stream, but I will watch it afterwards. Damn, he really did need to pee. It's been a while. Been a while. Send it on Discord. Yeah, send it in the Discord. Send it in gaming or memes or one of the ones. We were just waiting for Spook. I'm dropping all of my Ace Attorney fan stuff in gaming. Girl who is obsessed. Can I destroy the world and make everyone a furry? No. Because if you destroy the world, there won't be anyone left to turn to a furry. Play it yourself. Was this the final episode? There's technically a bonus episode, isn't there?
There is.
So we will have more. Welcome back.
Hello.
Nick, we did it!
Wait.
Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. You pretend to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! Gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. And now it's all just good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this. Here, let me help you. Thank. Yeah, go on, say it with me. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, right?
You're welcome.
I think you could have done that a bit better than that. I'm sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there.
Woo! Jesus Christ! She's like the handler. Kill her while you can. Blue Mayakini, maybe. Maybe.
Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I knew you would.
I just imagine Gumshoe is just hugging Phoenix, and Phoenix is there just like, my spine!
He's picked all three of them up.
All three.
In his big gorilla arms.
Square man.
I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal.
That's me, isn't it? Can you tell from his extremely broad shoulders?
And his dumb ass. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Woo! I feel foolish. Oh, don't worry. Take a lot of time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
That's what I'm referring to now. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all look great in there.
Oh, thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar if no one was there. You were the witness of the first day of the trial, weren't you? Vulpix!
A lowland Vulpix. Hello. I'm not gonna be able to get this in time.
Gumshoe's a good egg. Yes, he's a good egg. Edgeworth, my autistic king. That's what we call a touch of the tism, people. Yes, Gumshoe is a good egg. I love Gumshoe, he's great. Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, this is your line.
I'm trying to catch a Vulpix. Why? Send it!
Mix of autism, trauma, and being raised by Von Karma.
Awesome.
God, that's so fucking twisted.
Speaking of which,
Von Karma adopted him after he shot his father and Edgeworth shot him?
Yep.
That's so fucking twisted and creepy.
it's the most metal love triangle ever.
Jesus, that's so... That's some D&D backstory bullshit. Woo! I got one! And Growler got some dragon scales.
I hate the skin. Speaking of which,
He was born in a wet cardboard box.
it's Dave Lister, isn't it? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lola?
Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? Oh, that's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? Oh yeah, they wanted to reuse all the assets. It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Oh, Larry, not this again.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
It's the exact same dialogue again.
You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Oh, we got over that very quick. Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration. That's unusual for you.
Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for, like, prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. You can stop covering up your prison pocket.
Right.
Yeah? What's up?
Lotta, are you single? That's what I thought. I wasn't gonna say it. This envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money.
Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $30. Aww.
Ha! What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick? Wasn't that the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Edgeworth in school?
$38? No.
No.
No! Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, Rose?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? Doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to the day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off and he was bored, so he came into school anyway. He saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Larry!
Larry being Larry is the reason that Phoenix became an attorney.
Yep.
The whole reason that we're stood here today and that Miles has not been convicted of murder is because Larry stole $38.
Yep.
From playing truants.
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. He is! So dumb!
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, sir.
Phoenix villain era!
Edgeworth.
Hmm?
You should have told me!
Now, Nick, it was nearly 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too.
What the fuck?
Death! The death sentence for the both of you! A plague of both your houses!
Just bullying him! You're so right!
Man, if only I'd known, I'd have become a prosecutor!
The same goes for me, only the other way around. The longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, right? Hey y'all, line up and take a photo! Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention.
Wait, what? Why do you talk about me when I'm not here? Because we miss you?
We need someone to take the piss out of.
That's just him.
Fair. See? Fair. Oh, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. I got fucking trashed. It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe we should go back to sleep.
What happened to Von Karma? Is Von Karma about to try to murder Phoenix?
Well, he'll have been arrested.
Okay, good.
Oh, what's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Aww.
Goodbye? What time is it?
Bye, Hope!
Bye, Hope.
Edgeworth, age 24, projecting onto his defendants. This is a very normal thing to do.
Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left! To the station! And then he jumps on a bike.
Probably he did.
Yeah, he rides a bike. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick?
Maya!
Um,
So, you're leaving?
yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helps, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
You were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
How did Maya help?
She helped with the parrot?
Not
I
quite.
don't think that's quite correct, though.
Not quite. I do want you to get this because you'll be upset if you don't.
Is it the badge?
It's not the badge.
Oh. Is it her mom?
No, it's not her mum. You just grasp me. Gotta think. What did Maya do when we were during like all of the trial stuff? What was like the piece of evidence that she got that we couldn't have done it without?
Oh, the bullet.
There you go.
Bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. You were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence that we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Thanks, Maya. Couldn't have done it without you.
Aww. I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So this is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Aww. Aww. Thanks, Nick.
So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Huh. Don't think you've graduated, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
Aww.
That's the end of the main story.
Yeah, there is an extra trial.
Hey, pal! Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo!
Ooh, Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside.
I feel embarrassed. I feel stupid.
Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh, pal?
I love him. Oh. Yeah, he canonically cycles everywhere. This is true. Hey, Larry.
Huh? Nick? No, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady. She's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
Should have started dating Lala. Oh, this guy. The wet lettuce. Duh, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Oh, this guy, this was you.
Phoenix Wright? The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gateway Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by.
Hi again, Slash.
Welcome back.
Who is you? Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, Miller's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see?
Who are they talking to?
Maya? Don't know. When she comes back? Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Don't you know that funny thing that was a DVD? And now I'm gonna DVD through us everything he says. I'm supposed to get straight with it anyhow. I half kept up with that. I half kept up with that. The auto scroll is real. Hey, it's this guy.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
Oh.
I've still got hay fever.
Talking to the documentary crew that's making a direct-to-TV movie about Nick.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day.
Oh, they're pen pals.
Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway?
The wilderness.
In the mountains.
They're not talking to Phoenix. They're not talking
They're
to
not
Maya.
talking to Maya either. I wonder who they are talking to then. They talking? No, they wouldn't be talking to Edgeworth because she mentioned Edgeworth.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? It's not pretty Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy at my tender age.
Oh dear.
So does that mean that Will Powers has taken up the lead role of Pink Princess?
Princess?
Can you imagine that giant of a man inside that
Oh my god,
suit?
that's a big lady.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm trained to become a paranormal photographer. You know, the picture I took of everyone. Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's a talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Show me the photo. Show me the photo. I don't want to tab out because this is scrolling without my input, so I can't go catch the sneasel.
Yay,
photo.
there she is!
Aw, he's actually smiling as well.
Confetti!
Look at this guy, I love him!
There was the photo.
Look at him, I love him! Let's go! Okay, it's actually over. Ah!
Ooh.
There's a bonus one! Oh my goodness, who is that?
You like her. Do you want to see the intro video before we end the stream? Because we're going for dinner now.
Who wants to see the intro of the next trial? Who wants to see the intro for the next trial before we pause? Or are we gonna end it on a... Are we gonna end it? Oh, objection! You thought the stream was over? Exactly!
You it.
Love the RFTA.
What the fuck's the RFTA?
Oh, it's the abbreviation of this, I see.
Rise from the ashes.
Rise from the ashes.
Phoenix Wright.
Oh, Das wants us to leave it until next week.
Ooh.
Okay. You don't want to have a cliffhanger of the intro?
Is it because he can't handle it? Waiting a week? Leave it for next week.
Okay.
No, they're voting. Okay.
People, we're getting it. Okay, unanimous. All right then.
All right.
No problem.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle it. Start Leave it until next week. All right then. We will leave seeing the intro until next week.
All right. We're gonna go have food.
We're gonna go have dinner. We'll be back in like an hour or so, because we're gonna be playing Final Fantasy. Remember, this is a double stream day. Let me go on over to here. Well, there's a schedule. There it is. We continue on into the evening. We're gonna be coming back in an hour and a half ish. It depends on how long it takes to have dinner. But yes. So, you know, do go have food yourself. Maybe go outside, and we will see you in a bit for Final Fantasy. Do you get sleep? No. You need a spook-shaped plushie on your head when you stream together. He's got his little PNG guy. We've got a little spook. It's fine. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you in a couple of hours. Thank you for watching Ace Attorney with us. This has been great. We look forward to seeing the rest of it. It's midnight here. You should go to sleep, though. You should go to sleep, and we will see you tomorrow. That's the best idea that Stanley's ever had. I don't know how to put things on my head in the software. I don't know how to do that as an asset. I don't know. No, but thank you. Oh, shit. Damn, I don't have a comeback for that. Anyway. I'm going, because I also need the bathroom now, and we're going to go have food. But we'll be back in a few hours, so don't go anywhere. Keep the window open or whatever. You know, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Final Fantasy.
You better be here, Final Fantasy. We'll see you in a bit. Bye!